One time, a teacher found Ellie crying in the bathroom, but when asked, she just shook her head, wiped her tears, and said, "I'm fine." A friend named Lana, the only person Ellie had ever been close to, said that Ellie had recently been writing in her diary, saying things like, "I don't know who would believe me, or if I disappeared, no one would recognize me." Meanwhile, neighbors around the Fryer house said that at night, screams could sometimes be heard from inside the house. It was unclear who was causing it, but it sounded like arguing or breaking things. One time, an old woman living next door said she saw Ellie sitting alone in the backyard at 1 a.m., doing nothing, just staring into the darkness. But since no one spoke up, and the Fryers didn't cause trouble, all suspicions were quickly dismissed. Christina, the mother, always presented a calm, tidy image. However, many people had seen her walking with a slightly stooped posture, sometimes with bruises on her arms. Once, when a neighbor asked, "Are you okay?" Christina just smiled. "I just bumped into the door." The Fryers weren't poor, but they weren't well off. They lived from hand to mouth. Aaron worked at home, repaired machines in the garage, and sometimes took on repairs for neighbors. But he rarely interacted, just took things, fixed them, and returned them. Few words, few smiles, from the outside. This family seemed just one of hundreds of introverted, scandal-free American families, and there was nothing unusual about it. But behind those closed doors, a time bomb is brewing, waiting to explode, so that the truth, the pain, and the secrets buried for years can come to light. It is a story not just about crime, but also about silence, fear, and the cost of not speaking up in time. October 22nd, 2024. Tuesday, a cold and quiet autumn day, like any other in Medford. But for the Fryer family, it was a day of chaos. Dinner that night was a heavy affair. Christina recalls that the family ate in silence. Erin barely said a word, eating slowly, occasionally pausing to give Ellie a look she described as both suspicious and threatening. Ellie, who sat silently with her hand clutching a napkin, did not look up throughout the meal. Sierra, the 11-year-old, tried to make jokes, but no one responded. The youngest son was sent to bed early,